Hello Flosstube, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday, September 3rd, 2023, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, and for everyone who is a new subscriber, welcome in. I am so grateful for all of you. As you know, may or may not know, I am trying to get to 100K subscribers here on my YouTube channel, so thank you for all of the new subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. My channel is a channel that features paper crafting as well as my quilting and cross stitch and anything else crafty that may come up. I am a full-time paper crafting content creator. That is my full-time job, but I very much love quilting and cross stitch, as you guys may know, and this is my weekly series here on my YouTube channel where I share what I have been up to. So this week I am going to be sharing, as I mentioned last week, if you saw last week's episode, that I wanted to show like all of my fall and Halloween charts, all of the fall things. No, I will not be stitching all of those things this year. I pulled all of my fall WIPs that I'm going to continue with. I think there was one or two that I actually pulled and put aside in a separate area. I don't think I'm going to continue, and that's totally fine. I also pulled one thing out that I had never started, but I had kitted up that I think I will use when I reach my 100K giveaway. And then I pulled any ongoing WIPs, and then I pulled all fall kits that have been kitted up. And I also pulled any new charts that I have. I just kind of pulled anything that's like really on my radar. This is not all of my fall charts. I have some in binders, but this is like the things that obviously either were kitted or they're out because they're new and I very much would like to get a start on them. I don't know how much, as I said, that I will get done this month especially, but this is kind of my next couple of months stitching, September, October stitching. And so we'll just see. And I thought it would be fun to share those today. So I have a lot of that here coming up. I have a new start. I have a few little WIPs. I have a little bit of haul. Not a ton. I have some stitchy kindness, quite a bit to share with you this week, and we will have some giveaways. So let's go ahead and jump into today's episode. So I always like to start with Q&A or comments. And last week I had received a question in one of the prior episodes asking about finishing, black fabric, and if I used black batting or black sticky board or any of those things. You guys came through. I had so many amazing comments. I started like compiling all of them, and then I just quit because so many of you were saying this. So I wanted to read a couple of these here because they are fantastic suggestions and ideas if you are stitching on black and you're finishing. So again, thank you guys for all of the wonderful information. Tracy said she puts it on white. She's never had an issue on white press on board, but instead of batting, she uses black felt behind her project in lieu of the batting. I thought that was so smart. Sandy says on black or dark fabrics, she uses black fusible interfacing, and there were several who said that. Gina says, I always put a piece of quilting cotton behind my stitching when I'm finished. She learned that from Vonna Pfeiffer, and when she stitches on black, she cuts a piece of black quilting cotton the size of the press-on board, and it goes on directly behind her stitching. Amanda says she uses black iron-on interfacing from Joann's. So another interfacing. And let me look. I feel like I had to skip down a little bit. Denise says she uses soft and stable instead of batting behind her work, and it comes in black as well as white. So that's what she uses. I thought that was really smart too. I had not thought of that. I just tried to grab some different ones. There were a lot that were very similar. And Allie says she uses black felt and it hides the holes perfectly. And I think that's it. I skipped around a lot. I should have, I meant to highlight these and I didn't. In fact, one moment. So the second most often asked question after last week's episode was regarding the felt pumpkin I shared, which is a pasta design die. Yes, it is out of stock right currently. It will be restocked. You need to sign up for her newsletter. She doesn't have a notify me on her site. She is a small business, but if you sign up for her newsletter, she always sends it out when she's doing a restock, and that's a great way to be notified. Yes, so now I'm going to dive into some of the questions. One was, what material do you recommend for the pasta floss drop die? I had meant to die cut it from some different materials for this week. It did not happen, and it probably won't happen until I get back from my retreat. So I have it on my list of things to share with you in a future Flosstube episode. Cardstock is going to work good. If you have, I know some people like do cereal boxes or that weight of material. I haven't tried it with this die necessarily, but I will try several things and see what works, what doesn't, and I will get back to you guys. But for sure, cardstock is going to work. Okay, I'm just going to mark them off as I go. That's going to work. The other question, can you tell me the colors of thread and felt you use for the pumpkin? I did answer this question, and I am very sorry. I don't have my felt swatched or labeled. And I just was talking to a couple of friends about that because two of them have two different ways of doing it, and they're really good. I need to do that. I have no idea. I didn't realize I should have probably realized, but I didn't, that would be something that got asked. I know the felt is from the Felt Pod. I used very light pastel colors, and I matched my DMC to that. I probably do know the DMC colors, but I don't know the felt colors. So I'm sorry. I could figure out the DMC colors. I'd have to go through my DMC. I am sorry. I kind of was stitching it for fun and didn't even think about it. So in the future, I will try very hard to have felt colors and DMC colors when I share felt stitching projects. So I am sorry about that. Let me mark that off too, actually. Lots of questions about the die cutting machine that would be needed. It's not a pattern. It is something that has to be cut. It die cuts the holes and everything. I filmed a video. I have not had a chance to edit it. I'm not going to until October. I will just tell you that straight up. I use a Spellbinders Platinum die cutting machine. It comes in two different widths. You can get the standard 6.5 inch width die cutting machine. It's fantastic. I have the 8.5 as well. I'm a full-time paper crafter, and that just works really good for me. It's the same machine, just different widths. That is what I've recommended to everyone, is the smaller size basic if you're just getting into die cutting and you want to die cut dies. It die cuts paper, it die cuts felt like a dream. It's fantastic. So I have a link in the description. I also will have a link, right here. If you click that, it will take you directly to the machine I have. I love this company. They're an amazing company. It's called Spellbinders. And for my paper crafters, I'm sure you know what it is. I actually have, I have previously had 2 different die collections for paper crafting released with them, and my 3rd collection is coming out here in October. So I highly recommend them. I love my die cutting machines from them, and they work really, really well. I had a question if it would work with the Sizzix die cutter. Most likely, yes. I have die cut many years ago, felt with the Sizzix. I don't know why not, and I think lots of people do. I think even maybe the owner of Pashta does, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, sometimes the quilt, or quilt. Yes, there is quilt, but the sandwich is what it's called, of plates and platforms that you use to die cut may be a little different, so I would check that. But on the Pashta Design FAQ page, it tells you what machines it does work with. Sizzix is listed, Big Shot is listed with one, listed as one, and it will tell you which ones work. And then, you know, you may have to just trial and error if you have something else. When I don't go in order, that's bad. I did have a question if the pumpkin is hand sewn. Yes, it absolutely is. I sewed it myself. Like I said, lots of questions about the pumpkin. I may even include a short tutorial into a future Flosstube episode before my other tutorials go live, if I have a minute to do so. I will tell you, the holiday release from Pashta Design comes October 1st, and I am the guest designer, so there will be content coming. I am filming videos. It is absolutely amazing. You guys are going to love it if you're my felt stitchers. Okay. Rhonda wants to know if I'm going to do a fall sale. I am not. I did a fall sale last year. I did a Halloween sale this year. I'm not going to say it will alternate for sure. I'm very much influenced by what I want to stitch, but that's kind of maybe what I'm looking towards doing. I don't have time to put another fall sale together. I just don't. Just for a little context for everyone, September is called Stamptember in my paper crafting world. I have at least one video every day this month. It is a lot of work. It is a huge time commitment for me, work-wise. Not a lot of extra time. Plus, I put in a trip, so I've had to kind of really work ahead, get my ducks in a row here. So I just don't have time to put together a fall sale. I like to spend a lot of time and really be thoughtful and mindful when I put one together. And so that I'm not doing one, because by the time September is over for me, I really need recovery. just to be completely honest, I need not to have to be on every second of the day. And I would like to look forward towards holiday, and I just kind of need to figure out what I want to do going in that direction. So not this year, but I definitely will keep it in mind for next year, and probably will. I love fall stitching very, very much. Okay. Do you know if the Gathering Crow that I shared from Friends Stitch, it was a WIP I shared last week, will be released for purchase? I have no idea. I would assume that if it is, it will at least be a year, since it was part of a retreat, even though it was a virtual retreat. Jean, I'd love to hear more about the patterns you choose to purchase. Do you choose seasonally? Do you mix longer or more time required in shorter projects when you choose what you want to stitch? I purchase what strikes my fancy. I don't have a ton of, I don't think it through a whole lot. I look at it and I think I have gotten better. Like, I don't generally just go, yes, I must have that right this minute. There's a few. I I am a seasonal stitcher. I have really thought a lot about this as I have evolved with my stitching, especially over the last couple years. That has remained consistent, that my seasonal stitching is still probably my favorite stitching. I love seasonal stitching. I love having things for the seasons. I don't necessarily decorate for every season, go all out for every season, but I'm very fall heavy and then very holiday heavy because this is my favorite time of the year, just in general, just for all crafting. But I would say I'm a seasonal crafter. I do have several non-seasonal WIPs in progress, but those tend to be a little bit bigger projects. So yeah, I don't have a super big rhyme or reason why I buy things. If I like it, I like to add it to my collection for the book of possibilities. One time early on in Flosstube, somebody told me to think of it as possibilities, and I have loved that ever since. So I didn't come up with that. Lauren says she looked up the word skein, and she said that the correct way is skein, not skeen. I think that's what that is. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, because I was saying that I've heard it both ways. So maybe different parts of the country say it different ways. That could be possible. And I think that is it for my Q&A and comments this week. Shout outs. So I just quickly want to shout out Chantel of 141 Design. The Mystery Make-Along Box 2023 is available for pre-sale right now. I am putting it into the screen right here. I mean, it's just a mystery box. It's a mystery box of wood finishing ornaments. And it is the only thing in her Etsy shop. It is free shipping. She's taking pre-orders through the 30th of September, if I'm not mistaken, and the boxes will be mailed out October 15th. We are going to be focusing on Christmas ornament finishing here, so start gathering your Christmas ornament finishes. In a future Flosstube later this month, I am going to pull things that I want to stitch or I have stitched, and we are going to finish ornaments. She did a Flosstube episode. I will include that somewhere, or at least a link to her channel in the description. I'm going to try to add it up here, a link to that so you can go check it out. She talks a lot about it in that Flosstube episode, but I'm really excited about it. I have some left over from last year. I have some that I did already, and I will be sharing like a showcase of those at some point, but I thought it would really be fun to focus on some finishing this fall. And that's it for my shout outs this week. I am going to talk about a new start. I did want to mention before I dive into my new starts that I had kind of done a new video way, and I will be doing that in the future. This was easier this week. I don't have tons of stitching to share, so I decided to do it this way. But I had overwhelmingly mostly positive response to the 2-camera system, and I even have another idea that I think I'll like even more. I will try that out when I get back from my retreat, when I film a Flosstube. So stay tuned for that, because I'm kind of excited. And I know I really only think I saw one comment from someone who said that they didn't like that way, but overwhelmingly it was mostly positive. So I think I'm going to try it for a little bit. You know, nothing's set in stone. We'll try whatever, but I do have a fun idea as far as technology wise. So we will see tomorrow, later this month, if that works. My new start. So I just felt last Sunday like having a new start, and I know I have shared this. I started Midnight Witch by Blackbird. This is my first Blackbird stitch, believe it or not. I love it. This is 123 by 219. I know that I saw someone in my Facebook group had finished this. Several others have started it. I had a really nice start. I think I only stitched for an hour. I mean, I say a nice start. I know I only stitched an hour looking at this. So I got the top row. That is as wide as it is. And I was really happy with that. So I have a nice start on it. I'll get back to it. This is 36 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. I picked something from my stash. I can't even remember what the called for was. Oh, look. Oh, 30 count 18th Century Brown by R&R. I shopped my stash and I liked it. I did a floss toss on it with, I'm using all the called for floss and I thought it looked good. I know I've shared this in Flosstube before and it's not a lot to look at because it's just a little bit of border, but I did get a start on that and on my midnight watch, and I'm very, very excited about it because I have wanted to start it. That was kind of like a little reward because I feel like I'm having to do a lot of work. We'll talk about that in the WIPS section. All right. So that's it for new starts. Let's talk about my couple of WIPs and then we'll move on to my fall and Halloween Stitch Palooza. The first, well, I'm just going to go in the order of how they're laying here is what I'm going to do. I worked a little bit more on Boo by Hello from Liz Matthews. This was in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine last year. That's where my printout is from, but she just released this as a chart and it is selling like hotcakes. I've seen so many of you guys say you either got it, it's on your favorite list, or you stitched it when it was in the magazine last year. So I worked on that a little bit. I'm not sure how much I had done last week, but this is what I have done now. It's really quick. This is stitched on 36 count Mystic Owl by Color and Cotton. This was in the August 2023 Fabric Club. I'm in their fabric and floss clubs and I absolutely love it. This Mystic Owl fabric is gorgeous. 1 strand over 2. And I should tell you on the Blackbird, that is 1 strand over 2 as well. So that is one of my WIPs. All the called for floss. Next WIP is my Halloween Sal, the Flying Lesson Sal 2023. This is Flying Lesson by Silver Creek Samplers. We are stitching this as part of my Sal. Weekly Stitch With Me's, so much fun. I love my weekly Stitch With Me's with you guys and I cannot wait to finish this guy up. So we started week 3. So I'm sorry, my hair is caught in the button on my shirt and it's pulling. Pardon me. If you were in my Stitch With Me, I said I thought I might frog the green from the band of the hat and the text and replace it with purple. And I did, but some of the green still, I'm not done. I haven't even well, I guess I do have a start on week 3. I need to get myself in gear. But here is where I'm at. Look at how the purple pops. I left some of the green in and I was going to frog it all out. And then I thought I really wanted to show you guys kind of what I was talking about. I am not a huge purple person, but if you recall when I shared in the Q&A before the sale started, some of the stuff I picked up at Michael's, I picked up some stuff with purple in it and I almost feel like it was meant to be. I agonized over doing a purple conversion and ultimately thought, no, I'll just try to stick close to the chart colors. It's charted in DMC. I've done an overdyed floss conversion and I think I should have gone with my gut because I love it. I think it pops much better. I'm stitching on the called for color of fabric. It's Hazelwood. I almost said hazelnut. It's Hazelwood by Fiber on a Whim. I am stitching on 32 count and I absolutely love it. So this is Amethyst by Weeks Dye Works. I had to pick something I have because I have to get this stitched. So, because I need to get the finishing piece going because by the time I get back from retreat, I need to have be able to get my video edited, I can't talk, and up and ready to go. So, but I'm happy with that. it actually worked out really great. So I'm super happy with it. Loving how it's coming. Love the little change. Sometimes you have to make those changes. I'm just rolling with it. All right. I may have the colors down below. If I run out of room in the description box, they won't be down there, but you can find them on the Stitch With Me videos. And finally, oh, this was actually on the other page. I am finishing up my stitch for the 141 Pep Rally retreat, the retreat I'm going to next week. And this is the hands-on design, 4 Seasons Folk Autumn. It is one of what will be 4 charts. So at some point this will be released to the public. Right now this is only part or only for the retreat, but you know, Kathy will release it later on. The sections that are missing here and here, we are learning specialty stitches during the class, and then we will be learning to lace the piece and finish it on a piece from 141 Design. And this is what I need to work on, and I keep kind of squirreling off, but I'm clicking along. So here is where I'm at. I am on this section here. I need to fill in the centers and do the back stitch. And then I have the rest of the alphabet and the leaves at the bottom, and I will be finished. So I will have this done and ready for the Pep Rally retreat. I'm actually really loving it. I cannot wait to see what Kathy teaches us and to finish this. I think it'll be a beautiful addition to my fall decor. This is 32 count. I don't have the paper and I don't have my book in here. It's Fabrics by Stephanie. Driftwood by Fabrics by Stephanie. 32 count. We could do 16 count or 32 count. I did the 32 count linen. It's a dream to stitch on. No complaints there. DMC floss. Really loving it. But need to get it done. I need to stitch it like it's my job. And that is it for WIPS this week, everyone. Let's talk about September plans, October plans, my favorite fall and Halloween charts. So I think maybe 2 charts aren't going to be in this section. One is in my haul. It's the Pumpkin House by Liz Math, not my haul. Stitchy mail. It's the Pumpkin House by Hello from Liz Matthews that was just released. And then Jack's Bash from Blackbird. I ordered it after I saw Carol the Saltbox Stitcher, and I also saw Olivia of Pumpkin Hollow Quilts stitching or talking about it. And I ordered it right away. So it's part of this collection as well, but I think I have those in the other stack. So just know the Pumpkin House is going to be a start this year. We'll talk about it with Stitchy Mail. These are in no particular order. I will tell you, whoopsies. I will tell you if it's a WIP, because I'll show you my progress. Otherwise, these are all kitted or partially kitted. Some don't have fabric, some don't have all the floss. I just did a huge floss order last week. I don't have it yet. Filling in floss so that I can kit everything, pick fabrics, all of that good stuff. So I shared this last week. This is brand new from Hands On Design. This is a classic haunt trick or treat. Well, it's called a classic haunt, but it's this cute little round. I think I'll stitch this for sure this year. It's a small, and I think it'll be really fun. So that is one. My dogs are growling. Let's talk about all of the Brenda Gervais. I have a huge collection of Brenda Gervais. I'm just going to pick one, stitch it. If I get done with it, I'll stitch some more. I don't know where I'm even going to start. So this is Scary Mouse by Brenda Gervais. I loved the big boo and the little mouse and all the little greenery and everything. A lot of these I've probably shown you guys in haul. This is Hilda's Alphabet Brew. I even bought ticking stripe fabric. This may be one I should start this year because I did buy fabric. I would love to make this into a pillow. And I think it's a pretty good size pillow. What did they stitch it on? They stitched it on a 22 count fine Ariosa. I probably said that wrong. That fabric's kind of hard to find, but I thought I would stitch it on something kind of big to make it a pillow. A big statement pillow, not a cute little teeny tiny pillow, you know, like we like to make. Oh, I purchased this at Cecilia's Sampler when I was there this summer. This is Hallows Eve at Raven's Hallow. I loved it. I love the border on that. I did group all my Brenda Gervais together. I love fall most of all. This is a kit right from Country Stitches Online, which is Brenda Gervais' site. It is out of stock right at the moment. I know a bunch of you went and bought it. I saw someone in my group already stitched it. I've seen this on several Flosstube episodes. I really want to start this one too. Let's be honest. I'm not going to say that. I want to start everything. So next up, I have Witch's Night Out. I love this. The witch standing on her cauldron and the jack-o'-lanterns and the bats. I think I saw Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, had started that one a while back. I think this picture is kind of dark, so it's hard to see, but this is Hallow Day In. I love this. I think it's super cute. So part of me wants to figure out a way to not stitch the house and put it on a house backer. I'll see if I can figure that out. It's going to take a little brain power. I love the house, don't get me wrong, but I just thought it would be fun. And then I think several of my friends have started several of these, and I really want to join in on the fun. This is Jack-O-Lantern Jubilee. It is a book. It has tons of cute little charts and finishes in there, and absolutely adorable. The Autumn Quaker I ordered from Primrose Cottage came in. I would love to do this as well. Haven't decided on a fabric or anything. I did buy the finishing kit from Primrose Cottage. However, I don't finish my pillows like they do, so I always whip stitch them closed at the bottom and then add a trim, which is probably what I'll do. But the pumpkin pie color and cotton floss for this came, which yay. Didn't have to try to get that. Away We Ride by Blackbird. I actually was able to score the fabric I wanted for this finally. I've been trying for a while. Ever since Kathy at Linen and Scraps talked about the Indora fabric from Needle and Flax. I wanted it, mostly because of my little kid heart who used to watch the Bewitched reruns when I was little. I grew up out in the country and we didn't have cable television, and Bewitched was one of those reruns that was on probably after school or something, and my mom had loved the show, so I got to watch it. I will tell you though, as an adult, it's not as I don't find it as entertaining as I did as a kid. However, I love the name of the Indora fabric, and when Kathy showed it, and the attic had a little bit left this week, and so they shipped it to me. I'm super, super excited. So, yay! I've been trying everywhere to get it. I'd contacted them a while back, and they didn't have any left, and I kind of keep trying periodically, and they had some. Yay! And you can see that I am really, really, really loving Blackbird. I know what you guys already all knew. I've joined in. So, Winds of Autumn by Blackbird Design. I mentioned this last week. Sarah, handmade by Sarah W. She's stitching this guy, the strawberry, and it is called, I wrote it down, First Winds of Autumn. is the name of that chart. There you go. It's in here. This has 12 projects. They're all amazing. This book is still available at Fat Quarter Shop if you're looking for it. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. I will tell you that I picked up an extra. When I reach 100K, this will be a giveaway. So yes, I want to stitch that strawberry. And that is one of the things I bought floss for, to kit up. So that is on my radar. And then Molly at Linen and Scraps, I mentioned this a while back too. She is stitching Plum Street Samplers, the Gather In. I have fabric floss. I am ready to go on this bad boy. So this one's going to get a start. I don't know when. It may just be like the Blackbird, the Midnight Watch. I may just start it, because at least if I start, then it's so much easier to sit down and just pick up and start stitching. You don't have to think about where do I want to start or anything like that. You can just pick it up. So I love it so much. I have all the called for floss. I do need to put my DMC on floss drops, so please ignore that mess. I think I'm going to stitch it on this 40 count whole grain. This is from Kitten Stitcher. This is the Graham whole grain is what this is. Isn't that pretty? All right, so that's kind of, believe it or not, that's like the newer things that they may not be new to me. So I went through my stash to see what I had, and this is completely kitted with fabric. What did I even put in here? I'm sure this is a piece of Vintage Country Mocha. I don't even know what size. That's so funny. Maybe I'll just stitch it on there. Who knows? This is Ye Old Crow Sampler by Heart and Hand. And I have seen so many people. I think Sarah of Stitchy Friends stitched this in orange, and I thought that was so brilliant. I loved it. And I think a couple of other people have too. I can't remember exactly, because I think she said she was inspired by somebody else. So I may do that, but this is a nice monochromatic stitch. I think this fabric might be a 28. If it is, it might be a good one for plain stitching. I'm looking for something that I don't have to get my magnifier out and look like a total dork. So maybe that one. Maybe I should put in some stitches. Maybe I should put in some stitches and see if I can do it without a magnifier. And that could be a plain stitch. It's one color. I don't have to drag a whole bunch of stuff out. Not that I really care what anyone thinks, because I put in my AirPods, and usually I put in my AirPods and go to sleep. But I'm like, oh, I could stitch on the plane. Yep. I'm a dork. It's okay. Now you guys know. Okay. I know I've talked about this a lot. I did restart because I had barely done anything on Christmas Rules by Lizzie Kate. But I did pull out my Halloween rules that I started on 25 count Mushroom Lugana. And I have so much more of it done. I don't want to restart. And I do love it. So to me, this is a lot. I don't want to restart. I thought I might. But I looked at it and I was like, oh, I love it. Now, I could stitch this on the plane too, but it's a lot of changes because it's a 28 count. So probably not, but I need to get back to this guy because, yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So this is actually one that's a WIP, obviously, since I have some stitching. Mostly I've just shown you all of the things I've collected. But when it was like just an idea, I was like, yeah, I'll restart that. I don't think I will. And I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm really okay with that. I have something I want to see if I can convince my friend Chantal to make for me to finish, maybe. We'll see. Because it's huge. I would either need to get it framed, which I am considering, and I really may go do, or maybe do something else. And it is, oh no. Was that in this one? Loose floss alert. We don't want to lose things. Obviously, some of these are still in my bags. And then I made this one. I made this one back when I was making all those bags. This, I bought something at Hobby Lobby to finish this on. I would love to finish this year. This is Autumn Acres by Cherry Hill Stitchery. You know I love Cherry Hill Stitchery. And I am stitching this guy. I'm pretty sure this is a 25 count vintage country mocha. Here's where I have a really good start. I just need to get back on this one. Really? I have the giant pumpkin. Could I stitch this on the plane? I might be able to. Anyway, I know I'm using the called for, but that's Autumn Acres by Cherry Hill Stitchery. This was my Thanksgiving start, and I barely got anything. I was so exhausted. I believe this is 25 count vintage country mocha. Oh, would you like to see the chart? You're like, great. That's great, Nicole. This is Cherry Hill Stitchery and Autumn Wish. I liked the quote a lot. I don't know if I love the white pumpkin. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, I haven't even stitched any of that pumpkin, so we can decide that later on. But I am not very far. Now, also in this bag, because lots of similar style, color, whatever you want to call it. And I've had these guys since before I started Flosstube. Like, these were some that I bought and I loved. So I love Fall most of all with the white pumpkins. I loved that one. And pumpkin spice and everything nice. I loved that one. So all of these charts, I'm linking everything down below if there's anything you want to see more of. Those are all PDF downloads. You can get them from the Cherry Hill Stitchery Etsy shop, but you can also get them as PDF downloads from Fat Quarter Shop, which is where I got them. This I think I mentioned it last week. I want to do a color and cotton conversion. I know there is one out there, but I want to go through the color and cotton I have and do a conversion. This is Autumn Rules by Primrose Cottage, and I want to just pick from what I have, so I'm not waiting for Floss forever. And I would love to sit down and work on that when I get home as well. Like, just the conversion. I mean, obviously I'd like to stitch on it, but I'd like to get the conversion. This is fully kitted, not started. The Halloween Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. Oh, I still love this so much. What fabric? I have all of the floss, and I kitted it up with 32 count vintage country mocha. So I have like everything in here ready to roll. I really like when I come to something and it's ready to go. All right, last fall chart, you guys. This is also a start. Oh no, I have two. Oh no, I have like three. I have four. Oh, this is like a whole Primrose Cottage bag. Okay, but I'm only going to show this one. So this is the Salem Sisters Apothecary. I was lucky enough to be able to get that finishing piece from their dad's Etsy shop last year with the help of my good friend Shari, who reminded me to order it. 32 count vintage country mocha. Whew, I'm really killing it here. I need to get going. I thought I had more done than this. I don't. They're doing a stitch along right now. I would have been failing that. I am using Coal by Weeks Dye Works. I really like Coal by Weeks Dye Works. So I would like to get that finished so I can display it by Halloween. We shall see. I'm not going to give myself any hard rules during this month. I'll stitch what I stitch, and it'll be there. It'll be there later on. All right. That was my fall and Halloween charts on my radar, I guess I want to say. I have more than that, as I mentioned. but these are the ones that either are kitted or partially kitted or will be kitted or started or WIPS. All right. Coming soon. The only thing I want to mention in this section is that there will be a small Flosstube extra episode next Sunday. I will be sharing what I did for my Smalls Exchange, how I wrapped it, what else I put in with it. I will be sharing the gifts I made for retreat attendees. It's just a little something from me. What I made for my table mates, etc. So stay tuned for that. It will not be a regular Flosstube episode, but I'm going to call it a Flosstube extra, so that, you know, I have some sort of content out, and I wanted to share my finish and stuff with you guys of what I ended up doing for my Smalls Exchange. And that's it for my coming soon right now. So first I'm going to do my haul, and then I do have something from Fat Quarter Shop to share with you, and then some STITCHY mail. Okay, first up, I'm going to mention this because I haven't taken mine out of the package. I pre-ordered a Fat Quarter bundle of Lighthearted by Camille Ross Kelly. This has been highly anticipated. There are tons of sew-alongs all over the place. It's a beautiful fabric bundle, and I know Kimberly at Fat Quarter Shop said she anticipates it will sell out pretty quickly. So if there's anything that you want from this collection, I would suggest buying it now. I'm going to link to the entire collection, not just the Fat Quarter bundle, down in the description below. I know I did order some additional yardage. I am using this for something which I'll talk more about later on, but not right this minute. But I did get my Fat Quarter bundle. Okay. I know I mentioned earlier this is kind of part of the Halloween or the fall and Halloween, but this is Jack's Bash by Plum Street Samplers. Influenced to buy this from Carol the Saltbox Stitcher and Olivia at Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, and it's absolutely adorable. That needs to be put in the other pile now. My latest Annie B's Freezin season from Crazy Annie's Stitchin'. This was a club. This is month 8. I really like this one. That's a contender for the ornaments. My latest Sweetwater Label Club. I'm part of the Sweetwater Label Club, and my label came. My Floss Frenzy. I'm also a member of the Floss Frenzy Club at Fat Quarter Shop, and this month's floss came. This is the Week Styleworks. This is Carolina Cecil, Caribbean, Capri, Cappuccino, Caper, and Candy Apple. So love these. I love being a part of the club. I know I say that every month. And then finally, this isn't haul so much, but I belong to Teresa at Kogut's Patreon, and her new charts. I am at the top tier, so I can get any of the charts. There's a chart for levels 2, 3, and 4. I printed out 2 and 4, I think, this time. And so I was going to share this. This is the chart that if you're at level 2, 3, or 4, you can get. And it is this right here. 1 acorn. I loved it. So if you're part of her Patreon or you're considering it, I did put a link to her Patreon down below. I love it. I also belong to Liz Matthews' Patreon. And then I also, this was for tier 4 only. So the first one was level, obviously if you're at level 2, you get it, but then 3 and 4 gets it as well. I didn't print out the level 3 one. I don't think I liked it as much as these. And then this is the level 4, and I love this guy. All I'm saying is Scarecrow's all of the things. You'll know more later. If you're part of our Patreon, you probably know. But, oh, I thought he was cute. So, I printed those out. Alrighty. That is it for haul for me. Fat Quarter Shop did send me their new Simply Jelly Rolls book. Now, they sent me a couple. One will be a giveaway in the future, not this week. But I did want to share that. This is their brand new book. There's, let me put one down. They're spiral bound. There is going to be a sew along for Jelly Roll Day. Please stay tuned. I am going to participate. I participated last year as well. I'm very, very excited. I will talk more about this when I get home from retreat in my next regular Flosstube episode. So, love this. In fact, I'll share a lot more about sewing. I know I've neglected it very much, but that is available now. Grab it if you're interested in it. And then if you want, you can download the fabric requirements for the Jelly Roll Sew Along. I'll have links to all of that down below. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop, for sharing that. So while we're talking about Fat Quarter Shop, I'm going to quickly talk about their sale, the September sales. The basic of, I don't know if I can put a link up here. I'll just put them down below probably. The basic of the month are the Bee Basics by Lori Holt, which is awesome. I love the Bee Basics. Always a good thing to have. So check those out. The notion of the month is Clover. So if there's anything from Clover that you're needing, it's a great time to pick those up. Their book of the month is Kaleidoscope, which is a Lori Holt book. The pattern of the month is Prairie Grass Patterns. And the cross stitch of the month is Pine Mountain Designs. So if you're interested in any of those things, I have links down below. Check them out. See what's on sale. I always love seeing what the new sales of the month are. Those go all month till the 30th. All right. Let's do some stitchy mail. So first up, Debbie sent some goodies that's actually going to be in today's. Hold up. I have to get everything out. That is going to be in a today giveaway. So she so sweetly, she sent me a nice little note, but then she sent me this beautiful little card, which is Teresa Kogut. I love this, but look at this. Live in gratitude, for gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. I am putting this in my studio. I love this. So thank you for sending this. She sent some money for postage. I so appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let me just tuck everything. I like to keep everything together till I get my thank yous written. So bear with me real quick like. And then Debbie said that she accidentally bought 2 of these and she would love to share this with one of you. So this will be a giveaway today. She has the flying lesson chart and looky here, all of the DMC. All you need is some fabric and you're good to go. So this will be included in the giveaways. Thank you so much, Debbie. Then, hold on. Oh, it is right here. Carolyn sent a card, but she said I don't need to share the card because it wasn't decorated, but she did make a cute envelope. So I was going to share. The envelope is cute. That's just my post office box, so that's fine. So anyway, thank you for the sweet note. Please stop crying. Dog, hold on. This is amazing. Vicki sent me a sweet note. But look at this. She made me a scissor fob. How adorable is this? It's absolutely beautiful. Look at it. Oh, I will treasure this. Thank you, Vicki, so much. Get my hand out of the way. Look at the cute little charm on it. I just love it. It is absolutely beautiful. So thank you. That was just such a surprise because it was all tucked in this cute little envelope. Oh, I'm going to cut that out. It was all tucked into this cute little envelope, and I had no idea that there was such a treasure in there. So I'm covering up the address. I don't want to have that out there. Then Trisha, who I was lucky enough to meet last year, she sent me a beautiful card, also some money to help with postage and things, which was so sweet. But look how cute. It's absolutely adorable. Oh, thank you, Trisha. The sweetest Liz Matthews sent me, she wrote me a little notey, but then she sent me the pumpkin house. Yay! So this is in my fall stitching plans. I absolutely love it. Thank you, Liz. I hope I get to meet you in real life one of these days soon. It's been so fun talking to you. Please check out Liz's channel. That is who I meant to add in the shout outs. Of course I get to the end of the video and think of it. Well, I'm going to link her now. Liz has been doing regular Friday videos, so please go check her out. It's so much fun to see what she is up to. So there's my little note for the day. I try so hard to be organized. Okay, Melissa also sent me this beautiful card. Look how pretty that is. All of that die cut work or paper. I think it's die cutting, isn't it? Or did you figure that out, how to piece it all like that, Melissa? It's so pretty. So she sent that. She sent some money to help with shipping. So appreciated. And then she sent what is going to be a giveaway today too. She sent the Spookography chart from Fat Quarter Shop. It's the chart, the floss, and the 14 count fabric, you guys. Melissa, thank you. So that is going to be included in my giveaways today. And that is it for Stitchy Mail. Okay, so let's do giveaways. I have not heard from Julie. She was the winner from Flosstube 53. It was the 25 count natural oatmeal Lugana. So Julie, if you think you sent me a message and I didn't get it, so send it to me again. Otherwise, I will draw a new winner when I come back for my regular Flosstube. And then I haven't heard from Mary, who won the Stitching with the Housewives month to month November, which was the chart and the overdyed floss. So Mary B, please check Flosstube 55 for the comment to see if that was your comment. And again, if you messaged me and I didn't get it, so please email me again because I did mail out everything else. Okie dokie. Flosstube 55. Those giveaway winners will not be picked until the next regular Flosstube episode. Normally it would probably be in next week's episode, but because I'm gone, it will be the week after, so you still have time to leave comments for that one. I was giving away 10 different things, but more than that because one of them I was giving away 3 of, so check that out. That's the Mad for Plaid bags from Fat Quarter Shop. This week's giveaways. Please be a U.S. resident. Please be over 18. Please like and subscribe this video. Please do not say giveaway or anything like that in there. Leave the numbers of the items that you're interested in. The numerical numbers, please. I use a random comment picker to pick the giveaway winners, and that just makes it easy for me to plug that all in, and it just spits your name right on out. as you can see, because I do put the screenshots up from what it picks on the screen. It helps with, in case I don't say your name correctly or there's multiple Marys. It helps with confusion if I put that up and you're like, yeah, that was my comment. Other than that, this week, I don't have a question, but tell me one thing that improves your stitching. Is it lighting? Is it the fabric you use? Do you like certain needles? Do you like other notions? Is it a certain spot that you sit and stitch? Is it a lap desk? Is it, what is it? What helps your stitching? I thought it would be fun if you guys would kind of give your best tips, and maybe it would help somebody else. As people are reading through the comments, they might go, you know what? I'm going to try that. So tell me one thing, or if you have more, that's fine too, that has improved your stitching. And if you don't have anything and you're just looking for tips, that's okay too. You can still leave a comment to be a winner. I just thought that this would be a great way for people to share their advice and their knowledge in the stitching world. Okay, so this week it's all about Halloween, and it's all stuff that's been donated. Thank you, kind viewers. Put a 1 in the comments if you want the Silver Creek Samplers Flying Lesson Chart, and floss, put a 1. Put a 2 in the comments if you want Spookography, and if it's the chart, the floss, and the fabric. This is amazing. Put a 2 in the comments. So these are my 2 giveaways this week. It's a busy week. It's a busy week. It is a busy week, but it's a busy month for me. So I'm going to keep the giveaways to a minimum this week, so it's easier for me to get everything mailed out. Thank you guys for spending some time with me. Please remember that I will have a Flosstube extra while I'm gone. Maybe if I can convince a certain someone to do a fun live. I don't know that it'll be on my channel. It'll probably be on hers. But I think that we might try to do something from the retreat. I'm going to try to convince her. We shall see. It would be fun to just kind of pop in and say, hey. But I'll try to take a lot of pictures that I can share when I get back. I hope everyone has a wonderful stitchy week. I have lots and lots of videos coming out. I don't know if I'm coming or going most of the time this month, but it is an awesome, fun month. So thank you guys. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you leaving comments, and I will see you guys all later. Bye, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.